Fire.
Hey, DJ Rob Haze, what's good?
Hey, we're back. The Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze. We got Malcolm Barrett in the building.
Yeah. Shame on you. Come on, you gonna bring the Brooklyn out now?
Come on.
Go crazy.
Welcome.
What's up, man?
Yeah. I'm happy to have you on the pod.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Like I said, I've never seen the show, but I like you. I see clips all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a lot of people in common, so you
That's
finally
a
go across that bridge.
Good space to be in for this pod. Not knowing what quite is going on, but yeah.
Okay.
Feeling all right about it.
Yeah.
Malcolm, it's not often we have, people who multi-hyphenates, comedian, actor.
Yeah.
Come on, can play a Rufus, can play a Seth.
What's
the
good?
Range.
Hey, this guy's read by IMDb.
This man been on Law and Order and Criminal Intent.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
For real, I was. Vincent D'Onofrio. You know what I mean? Sam Waterston types.
So many things. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to recall the whole IMDb. Yeah,
it's a lot.
You working?
I got one of those. You're like, hey, he was on that.
Come on,
sort of careers.
You got on The Office right at the buzzer.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Right when they was like, yo, get in there, man.
Yeah, let me closing up shop, man. Get in. You want to get in on this? I was the last man in the gangbang. I was like, well, I'll try it out.
Hey, for stand-ups, that's all you need to be like, hey, man, put that Office logo on that flyer. Please. Can you put Steve Carell face in the corner of that flyer?
I'm learning that. Part of the hustle now. I've been doing. I was doing stand-up like 20 years ago, and I restarted like 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Thanks to Eric and them, and I'm like, that's the new part, is the hustle of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because also I want to be good before I get booked a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a way where you're like,
that ain't the way the game's going. I respect it, but it's a lot of people take that bread and be like, I will learn there. Hey, hopefully by Sunday it's gonna be good.
Yeah, at some point I think I'm gonna be pretty snazzy at this. No, I'll be out there doing it with whatever gigs. I mean, and definitely every once in a while, one of them, because I'm friends with like Eric Griffin and Leonard Robinson and Craig, and every once in a while I see Eric at the, he'd be like, "You don't need to do this one." He'd be like, "You don't need to do this open mic."
Yeah.
Like,
no, miking it out here in LA is wild.
It's real. It's a fun experience. Like I have the like I have the leisure of, or I have the privilege of having a career already. So it's like I don't depend 100% on this.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm out there doing these gigs, and it's very funny because it's like it's humbling, right? Like 'cause sometimes you do really well, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's just mid. Like you want to get to a point where you're just like, nobody's laughing, I'm still chill.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I did my first real sort of niggerific show the other day, and that was like I did Atlanta before, like one time exactly, but then I did
where in Atlanta? That's where I'm from.
Oh, okay, I did what's the Remo and them? Yeah. So I did some spot Remo there. I think it was like some sort of like sports bar thing or something like that. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Remo. Right?
Yeah. Because they're there. It's like a sports club. They're like kind of there to see comedy,
right?
And they're like really there to get drunk.
There was one that we used to do, and it was under a gas station.
Wow.
And it was like, logistically, is this even safe? It was so nice. It was a nice sports bar.
Okay.
The floor was like basketball court floor.
Yeah.
Like everything with the TVs. But the nicer it was and the more amenities it had, the more it was like, is this a safety hazard? because above us is a gas station.
Yeah, that don't sound right.
It didn't feel right.
Like, I don't know the science.
It didn't feel right. Yeah,
I don't know the science. But yeah, but I did the show and I wasn't, it's not that I did bad. What you want when you're doing stand-up is you want any joke for most of the audience to be laughing.
Right.
On any given joke. But it was one of those nights where just like segments laughed at a time. And oh, these 5 like that one. These 7 over here like that. You know what I mean? And I realized with those crowds, these Negroes hate setups. they like punchline. Like I'm telling, I'll be trying to. I'm like, I'm like, oh, I gotta go straight to. I'm like, hey, white people, right? They're crazy.
But that's why so many Atlanta comics have funny setups because it's like, like the joke form is not as important as like, hey, get me rolling.
Yes.
Already. So like even like there's so many comics in Atlanta, how they introduce a subject also has to be funny. Their transitions have to be funny.
Yes.
Like there's pressure on all of that. And and it raises the expectation level of an audience sometimes. Or sometimes it's just like, yo, I don't think they really here to listen to jokes.
No. And that's a really great point. That's a great tip. And I just learned also is like, for those audiences, I go off script a lot more. Like, I'm not doing a whole like the justice system. I'm just like, your shirt's messed up, man. Where you from?
Right.
Like you got to come out there fighting immediately. But yeah, no, it's been fun. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know what you want to transition into talking about now.
Whatever. we can get into whatever. Like how did you get started acting?
All right, let's do that. How you doing? There's a nice little white lady in the corner.
Shout out to Leah.
She just smiles and vibes. I love it, and glasses. Were you in the first Ghostbusters? Yeah, no, I got started acting.
You mean like the Leslie Jones one, or like
no, like the very. The very
they
first
restarted
Janine.
several times.
They did.
The first
Afterlife.
Paul Rudd Ghostbusters?
Yeah, the first rendition. Nobody knew Ghostbusters would have so many versions.
We lived too long.
We have.
Axel F has me in a crisis because I'm like, I didn't think that they would ever, after the third one, I didn't think we'd ever get another Beverly Hills Cop, or else I would have been pitching it the whole time.
Dude but he's...
I would have been the whole time with like somebody's office with a Detroit jacket on. Like, all right, so in this one, like, dog, you pitch. No, this is a different one. In this one,
that was new.
Axel, he on the back of. Remember that he was on the back of the truck. Now he on the back of a spaceship, right?
You get it, right?
But they taking cigarettes up to the space station. All right,
but you definitely. You ain't realize how big. See, that's the thing about this stuff. Nobody wants to do it until they do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Eddie Murphy himself that day, and like Netflix got to buy that property.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something got to open. Like the whole time you pitch, they don't want it when you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you know you're gonna make it good. But yeah, man, all these it's crazy. All these remakes that's happening, or all these like they're not even remakes. These like 30 years later sequels that's making it. I think it works for black folks because we don't age that quick. So it's like you could do a movie like, you know what I mean? 48 years later with with Eddie Murphy, and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. You know what I mean? Emilio Estevez might still look good, but I don't know if we still want to do a Young Guns.
Black actors got to start embracing their grays and losing their hair.
Yeah.
I'm tired of like these movies, these people, they 60-some years old, black hair, fade, and it's like, bruh, this who has a job, the same job that long?
Nobody, man. Hey,
you can retire.
You can go home.
You could go home,
man. I was trying to do that. I was on a show. My hairline was all messed up, and I was like trying to get it on Timeless. I was like trying to they were doing put the little thing on there.
The irony,
you know what I mean? And then, but exactly. But then what happens? You start doing action and running scenes. You got to touch that up every 4 seconds.
Right. Hey, I'm leaking. I'm leaking.
This is inconsistent, man. Shit was sharp at the beginning of the scene, and then you aged. But yeah, I got into acting because I was like a math and science kid, but I was also class clown. So that's
okay.
Yeah, which is probably why I wound up playing so many scientists. That and I can just say big words quick.
What math? What sciences?
So I was heavy into biology. Like I went to Science Skills Center in New York, and we were doing proofs and whatever the hell, calculus and whatever the heck like that. But I was mostly into biology. That's where I thought I was gonna go. And then at some point I was just doing like poetry and rapping, and then
about biology.
Well, my first song is called "Revenge of the Nerds," so kind of. But yeah, actually, I was in a group called the Math Kids at one point. Like it was like me and my boy, he was a white dude, Matt Pinto. Shout out, he was like the producer. We were like like Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince. You know what I mean? But
he's the DJ.
Yeah, I'm the rapper. Yeah, but like so I was heavy into both for that, and then I was interning at Bear Stearns when I was in high school.
I don't know what that is. It sounds official though. Sounds like the application. You know what I'm saying? A couple pages.
They're like money management. Like they're just firms. They're just investment places like that. You know what I mean? So like that's what I was gonna do. I was like, there used to be a Bloomberg machine. Like I was doing stock market. Like I was gonna be at the stock market and do all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
But like that is so far away from in my rear view now. But then I wound up like I really was going between math and science and art stuff and acting and things like that. And then finally college came around, and most of my life I took tests to get into where I was going to. Like as a kid, you just take tests here, and we were in ET, exceptionally talented program, and then took the test to go to Stuyvesant. So when college came around, I actually didn't know anything about colleges. So I just like, yo, dude, this is how I pick my colleges. I'm sure I picked like some whatever, but like I picked NYU because I heard of it because I'm from New York.
Okay.
And I think I picked Penn State because of the Biggie lyric, "Fuck the state pen, fuck hoes in Penn State."
That was the whole. Didn't know about Joe Paterno. I didn't know about.
I don't think he was there back then.
He was there a long time.
Yeah, but like the good stuff.
Yeah.
He
was beloved. They were like, get this man a statue.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Get this man a statue. Yeah, but I didn't know anything about none of it. I heard of Harvard and Yale, and then that's it. And then I got into NYU on the theater program.
Wow.
Yeah. Fritz.
Very competitive, probably. Like I feel like a lot of great alumni come out of NYU.
Yeah, I mean, not for me. I did good. I feel like nobody was doing what I was doing. But yeah, no, it was I mean, look, you know what? Truth be told, so I was acting while I was in college, which they frowned upon. Because they just wanted your money and wanted you in class and all of this.
Oh yeah, I heard that they have like a no auditioning rule or something.
I don't know what they got now, but they didn't. I mean, my thing was I was paying for school.
Right.
Like I was broke. I was like, I'm paying for school with the stuff I'm going to school for.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like I don't feel like if you in business school, they'd be like, I can't believe you're working on stock market already.
Don't be out here doing business. Get out of here. This is business school.
Yeah, it's mad weird.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't like me because of that. But I wound up doing the directing program. And what's funny is every director, you want to talk about how they put out, and I don't even mean to promote NYU because they suck. You could bang if you want on there. All right. But it was like 5-6 of us in a directing program.
Okay.
And everybody but me became professional directors.
Wow.
Like, I mean, I directed for a while, but like in theater, and I still direct, but like, there's Allegra Libinati and Rachel Chavkin. They became theater directors. My homegirl Jenny Coons, the Blue Man Group. Janixa Bravo does TV and movies. She did Zola. I'm saying the name wrong. And then Leslie Headland, Acolyte.
Wow.
Yeah. So like everybody's.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's
a group chat right there.
Yeah. I don't think any of us talk to each other anymore. But because we grown ass people now, we got our own
You not
lives.
trying to get them Blue Man Group tickets?
You know what? She came. Jenny came through one time. I saw one of her. I did see Blue Man actually. There's a picture of me with these drumsticks.
I hate to bother you. Remember me from NYU? You know what I'm saying? If I was green, I would die. I just.
Yeah, I definitely got free Blue Man.
All right, bet.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're already acting in college? You're acting before college?
Yeah, I was acting probably my first professional acting gig. Actually, you know what? I wish I could remember the name of these folks because they're the first ones I did like a radio thing. These like Children's Angels or something like that. That was the first time I did like a paid gig when I was like probably 13, 14, 15 years old. But my very first gig, I think, I was 18 years old because I was doing school plays and I built a reputation in school. And then somebody was interning for an agent, and so that agent met me. And at the time, they needed young black kids who could sort of sing.
Okay,
and that was me.
You sing?
No, I said sort of.
Okay,
I fit 2 out of 3, so I was in there. But then the first gig I actually got, I did theater. I did McCarter Theater. But then the first TV thing I did was a commercial for ESPN2.
The Deuce.
Yeah, ESPN Dose. And it was a commercial about old school, and it was like, are you old school? Because they would do the retro games, ESPN. They would show like games from the 70s and all of that.
Okay,
and, they'd be like, is Kobe old school and this and that, and so I was like improvising and doing all of that. So that was like my very first gig, and it was in Hoboken, New Jersey. I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember there was a diner. This is how much they love Sinatra in Jersey, because Sinatra, I believe, is from Hoboken, and so the diner that we were shooting at had a picture of Sinatra, had his mugshot on there. And was crazy. Like, I don't know if you remember what Sinatra was arrested for, but
no, I've seen the mugshot many times, but I don't know what he was arrested for.
He's arrested for adultery, for messing with a dude's wife, because that was illegal in Jersey
being
back
a side
then.
Dude was illegal.
Was illegal. A lot of y'all would be in jail right now.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all would be in jail
you couldn't
right
do
now.
a Chris Brown meet and greet in those days.
No.
We have all this evidence right here.
This is him. Look at him. Full cheeks. Whole cheeks is in there. You're guilty.
Man. So is this Frank Sinatra's already the heartthrob, like teeny bopper years, and he got...
yeah, I think if you look at the picture, I think it's when I think it's like a young Sinatra. You know what I mean? We grew up with older Sinatra, or I did. I don't know. I'm older than you.
I grew up with teleprompter Sinatra for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Hey man, he don't remember them words. Put them words on the stage, and back then it was like, wow, he got scrolling words. Technology, look at that.
Very impressed.
Yeah, now everybody got scrolling words.
Yeah,
that ain't nothing. Back then, only Sinatra had digital words.
Is that what it was? I didn't even know that. You put me on the game, man. I remember the first time I saw and worked with a teleprompter, I was like, I'm in space. Yeah. I was like, this is the most amazing. I was like, the words just come up. I was like, the people don't see the words on the other side?
No.
Like when they first had the screens where the words would be like in front of the camera type of thing like that, I was like, this is amazing technology. It's never going to get better.
I mean, like now it's like, it's weird because it's not lined up with the rest of our technology. So the teleprompter people kind of like have their own thing.
Yeah.
And so you still got to kind of go up to them old school and they got to plug it in manually.
It's real old school, it feels like.
Yeah.
Is teleprompter like Kleenex? Like, is it like, are teleprompters just teleprompters, or do different companies make teleprompters?
I don't know,
right?
But I just know everything I work on, it'd be the same prompter people. I don't know more than 3 prompter people just out here. Yeah, I think it's a very exclusive club to be in. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to find out. I feel like it's like the same people that make Nielsen boxes. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't never seen a Nielsen box. It's got to be like 8 people that work on it. Or
we had the old school Nielsen
you had a Nielsen box?
For a second. Like one season they let us, and I think we put too many UPN-WB
I was about to say,
and they was like, nah, we see what y'all trying to do. We see y'all really trying to get Malcolm and Eddie, you know what I'm saying? These ratings, and so
these views.
Yeah. So they didn't invite us back. I don't know, or maybe, but then they paid us, and they pay you like in cash, and so it was just like $3 that came in the mail, and they're like, all right, thanks for the. It's like we had to write down everything we watch, on this TV. We had to write down for a week, you know.
They ain't give you no money for that? No real money?
Just like a couple bucks.
I met a woman in the airport one time, and she worked for Nielsen, so she said. And I was like, why I ain't never seen no Nielsen in real life. I ain't never seen no Nielsen box. And she was like, well, people like you don't get. I was like, people like you. I was like, who the hell do you think I am? I guess because I'm an actor or whatever. I was like, but my whole family. I was like, I wasn't born an actor.
Right.
Like nobody I know has it. Well, you might be the first person I know that has ever encountered a Nielsen box.
I think because we didn't live in a new house like some white people lived there before us or whatever. But we got it in the mail. We didn't get the box though. I feel like that's later.
Is it? I don't know. What'd they give you?
We had it was an envelope.
It was just papers?
It was paper, and you had to fill out each thing that you watched. You had to pick a television, whichever the main television. I guess they did, maybe you could put in for we have a upstairs and a downstairs, but whatever you watch on that TV, you had to write down.
Because the way I understood the Nielsen box, and again, I ain't never seen one. I feel like now it's like they put it on your TV and it tracks what you're watching.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
I think so. But why are they not just tracking everything everybody's watching?
I feel like they gotta be. Like I don't really understand.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd have some understanding being in TV this long, but I have zero.
I think that it's ambiguous so that we just accept whatever. Because they're like, hey, man, we can't count on demand. If people want to watch your show on their time, we going to cancel it. I'm sorry.
I think that's how they do to keep you from getting paid because they're like, we don't know, man. We guess. We talked to our buddy Nielsen. He said a lot of people were watching it. I don't know. That's how I think it works.
Like you can't save from your DVR. I had a memory card on my PlayStation.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
I got a bunch of memory
cards.
I've
been saving since 32-bit, but they like, nah, you not about to save the NBA Finals. I don't care how. Hey, you better record it off of something.
It's weird.
We used to be able to record stuff and hold on to it, and now they're like, nah, dog.
They don't want.
If we want to erase it, we want to be able to erase it.
Yeah,
you got 10 months.
I used to have DVR. And I just got rid of it. Because you know why? Because I had all these shows I was fitting to watch that I never watched. Because I'd be like, oh, I'm going to watch Metallica or whatever. Remember that show, Metallica? I'm looking at the white lady like, I'm like, you got to know what show I'm talking about.
I really don't. It sounds like you naming a group. Okay.
I was like, oh, I'm going to start.
Adult Swim?
Yeah, something like that. But
yeah.
Because I'm that dude where I watch one episode of something like for 30 seconds one night while I'm high. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to start from the very beginning now. I'm going to watch that. So it's like I've just got 4 years of Metalocalypse that I'm never going to watch. Like ever. Like you don't need to start from the top with Metalocalypse. By the way, this is a post for Metalocalypse.
I keep a DVR so that I can fast forward. Because with On Demand, they be like, hey, you going to watch these commercials.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
I watch everything through my PS4. I forget how many ways there is to watch everything. Because I just be using my PS4 for everything. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. But then everybody, what's crazy is how many different ways people watch TV now. Because I go to my homegirl's house and they got, it's not even a Fire Stick, it's like a Vivo or something. I don't even know what stations and channels. And like everybody's got, I feel like everybody has some sort of interface device that has about 6 different apps that all have, maybe there's Hulu on this and maybe there's this and that and blah, blah, blah. It's a very weird way to watch TV now.
Yeah. I have cable. I'm old school. I got cable.
You got cable?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I have direct TV stream, which is because I tried to get Uverse and they were like, and then I didn't have access to so many channels and stuff, and they were like, yeah, we're trying to get people off of it. I was like, all right.
You got to be like in the right neighborhood too. Like it's weird because it's neighborhood related, like Verse and DirecTV and Wires and all this goddamn stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't understand at all.
So now everything's through the Wi-Fi. When I'm on the phone with my mom, sporting happens, she'll be like, man, you see that? Oh, man, what a catch. Oh, and the game's over. It's like, Mom, chill out. I'm going to see it in 2 minutes. Just chill.
That's why I don't talk to my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Like how you co-signed it for a little bit. He's like, all right. Do you want me to move the conversation?
No, I didn't know if you want to expand. I didn't know if you needed to talk about it.
No, I like my mom.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually like my mom a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. She did most of the stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. My daddy wasn't really around, so it was just you're like a therapist. It's like you quiet too long, you just start talking. I'm like,
wasn't around like left or wasn't around
No,
like he just like was in the other room. Cause some people probably like, yo, my dad wasn't around. Like he could have came in at any time, but he didn't really rock with us like that. He was putting a ship in a bottle in the other room. I don't really rock with ships, so.
No, he walked out the whole house.
Okay.
Yeah. He went a number of blocks away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just me and my mama, which was cool. She dates some dudes sometimes. They be all right, you know. Did you have like a single parent home, or did you have both parents?
I technically had a single parent home for a little while, but I had both parents. My dad, he got a job where he was on the road, and then he was only home on the weekends.
Oh,
and then my parents got divorced.
Okay,
and so then, but he was already like
not around
5 days a week. But
that's rough.
I could call him on the phone.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I definitely
so
couldn't
that's
call
not,
this dude.
Yeah. I don't have the sob story. Like you know
You
what I'm saying?
one.
It's like, no, you knew your dad. Dude, chill out. No, you're not with us. It was like, yeah, but you know, my mom's stressed out. Shut up. You know.
Nobody who ain't really got their dad around don't want to hear about your phone calls.
Right. Man, every game I see your dad at every game. It's like, yeah, but that's when I see him. Like, you know.
That's my opportunity as well.
Yeah.
If I don't play, I don't see him. No, it's always interesting growing up when your mom like dates dudes.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like especially if everybody she dated was relatively cool. Like there's like one or two I really didn't like, but it's always interesting when like the cool dude leaves. You're like, oh, you're not gonna see him no more. Like, you're not gonna be around. Okay, well, what did he do? Okay, that don't seem that bad. Like,
yeah,
you like, all right, man. You can forgive him. You know.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you about them?
Yeah, if you want to. If you don't, I don't want you to divulge anything to make me have to cut stuff out.
No, it's very.
I want to do as minimal editing work as possible. So anything you don't want to tell me, you don't got to tell me. Also, you can make up whatever.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like stuff don't have to be real. That's on you. What you want to put out there.
I think the key to your interviewing is how much you don't want to edit. That is the key.
That is it. Hey, it's really like, hey, how can we just make this a one take, one stop shop?
Yo, you make me laugh like a bug, yo. Yeah, no, my brother's cool. He's an idiot, you know. He's like not very bright, but he know that. I don't feel like this is like an amazing thing to tell the world.
Okay.
Like, I don't even think he has access to podcasts anyway. Like, I don't know what he has access to. He live in the Bronx, so like, I don't know. They live in like wherever like Spider-Woman got her powers. That's where the Bronx is. The Bronx is mad weird, man. I'm not afraid to say that because I'm never going to be there ever. And they're not going to leave.
You're from Brooklyn, but your brother's in the Bronx?
I'm from the Bronx a little bit. So
okay.
I grew up, so I was born in Brooklyn, then we moved to the Bronx, and we were in the Bronx till I was like 5 or 6. Like I was at 182nd and the Grand Concourse. Then I moved to Brooklyn, and we were mostly in Bed-Stuy. We moved around a lot.
Okay.
But then my brother, my brother got kicked out the house. And then, yeah, we were there till I guess I was 8 or something like that. But yeah, at some point my brother just moved back to the Bronx, and he's in Hunts Point, which for those familiar with Hunts Point, the biggest claim to fame they had was there was a documentary called Hookers at the Point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
And that's the point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they had to stop showing it because it gave that neighborhood like such a bad reputation that they had to like cut it out. But for those folks that remember Hookers at the Point, it was like it felt. I think it was an HBO documentary, but it was like when HBO was almost sort of starting or would do more sort of sort of grassroots type of stuff, and so like, or would find like sort of local stuff and bring it into the network. You know what I mean? I feel like These Walls Could Talk was almost like something like that.
Is this before Pimps Up, Hoes Down?
It might be around that time. It might be around before. You know what I mean? Like, they would take local stuff. Like, they weren't just creating their own program. They would take it and buy it. And so, like, Hookers at the Point was really interesting because it was clearly, like, just a... When I mean a local documentary, I mean, like, a dude named, like, Rashid. Like... Yeah. Or, like... It felt very Nuyorican, too. Like, because dude was doing poetry over documenting hookers.
Okay.
And so, like literally... I don't even know if you could call it a documentary. It's just a guy with a camera following hookers. And so at one point, there's a guy getting a blowjob. Like, you can't see it, but it's like almost blurred, it's far away, and like but you hear it, you know.
Yeah.
And he's saying the weirdest stuff. Like, it's just like, am I? Blah, blah, blah. And then the documentary guy does his poetry over it. Like, after he's like, oh, nigga. And then he's like, one more time. We feel the flow. Gotta fly now. Gotta go. It's fucking brilliant. I don't know why it didn't win. I hope it should win retro awards or something.
Retro awards. Oh my God. Yeah. Have you said that before?
No, I've never said that.
We should do that.
The retro awards, things that should have gotten awards.
Things that should have gotten awards.
I'm down.
Let's give them awards.
Yeah. I would give that one an award. Retro award. What's another show you would give a retro award to?
Retro awards, I would definitely give retro award to Sparks.
Oh, the TV show Sparks.
The TV show Sparks.
Yes, yes.
You know, I mean, come on. You got James Avery, you got Miguel Nunez, Terrence Howard, you got Kim Whitley, you got I can see her.
Brother,
Robin Givens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another brother, I'm blanking on his name right now, but he cool as hell. And he'd be excited and do all the stuff on there. I love that show. I would give a retro award to the Stranger Danger scene from Different Strokes.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Where they go,
the bicycle salesman.
You remember the bicycle. You know what I'm talking about. They go, they want to check out the bicycle. You know what I mean? Arnold and his little homie Dudley or whatever his name was. Yeah. They go and check out the bike, and he's like, ooh, you guys want to check out this bike? And they go in and they're back of the thing, and they watch this cartoon. And obviously they never showed the cartoon, you know, as an audience. But as an audience, you were like, I think he's watching, like, cartoon dicks. Like, I think he's watching, like,
got to be revolutionary for the time. Like, you could just accidentally come upon cartoon penises.
No, you couldn't.
But back then
it was like you had to really do.
You had to know a bicycle guy.
You had to know a guy with a shop.
Yeah,
like in the back room. You know what I mean? And that episode was Dudley or whatever his name takes his shirt off. It's real awkward. It's a very awkward episode.
Arnold comes home smelling like wine.
Yeah. It's real Stranger Danger. That's back when you kept having it. They really had to put an episode all the time of just like, hey, don't let your kid just chill. We really hated our kids back in the day. Like, I still think about the, like, it's 10 p.m. Where are your kids right now? Do you remember
that? No, but I've heard about it.
Yeah. They used to put a thing up. It would be like right after the news or something. It'd be like, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Because parents was just not taking care of their kids.
That's wild. That's wild.
They was just like, go.
I always felt like I felt it when I watched a sitcom and there's no credits music. It's like, oh, this is serious. Like, just silence. Like when the Fresh Prince ended and it was just silence after his dad left. And it's like, what happened to, wow.
Don't give you no sounds.
No will at the end.
Like he was supposed to. Like, yeah. That's how you knew it was a very serious episode of Amen.
Yeah. Or like at the end, everybody's on the couch and they're like, but seriously, don't do drugs.
When they talk to you? When they talk to you at the end?
Are these the actors?
Yeah. They come to you at the end.
They came out of character.
They're like, hey, man. Hey, it's me, James Avery. Stop smoking that weed, man.
I remember, like, Saved by the Bell, they'd be like, what is this, a roach? And they were, like, going crazy, and they were like, I found a roach in the bathroom. And now, like, Now that I'm a grown, I'm like, man, they were tripping over a roach.
Look, now we got Euphoria.
Right.
Now they're like,
right.
hey, this transgender kid selling crack to your daddy. I'm like, oh, goddamn.
Right. Euphoria is wild.
They're like, and he's the good guy. They're like, oh, okay.
When they came to the girl because she had an OnlyFans, and then she was like, wait, you saw that? You watched child porn? And it was like, oh, she flipped it. She giving them stuff to say to the principal. She went right back to class after that. Like, that's crazy. I watch Euphoria, and people don't want to talk about it. They be scared to talk about it. I'm like, you realize everybody on there is grown. They're just playing a kid.
Yeah, for the most part, right?
And then they're like, man, well, that's even sicker. And then it's like, that's been television the whole time.
Yo, television is nothing but 48-year-old people playing 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Named Biff. You're like, hey, this dude he's 50.
Someone brought to my attention today that baby boy Tyrese is supposed to be 19. I'm like,
years old?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this movie makes sense now. Oh, he's a teenager.
No, his character's supposed to be 19?
Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's not a grown man riding a bike everywhere. Okay. Oh, this movie makes sense. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody.
Really?
He's supposed to be 19 with a 5-year-old, which means he's a victim.
My brain did so much work. I think it makes more sense if he's whatever age Tyrese is.
Yeah.
You know why? Because to me, I thought it was ironic. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was just like, yeah, this grown ass dude in his mama house still can't, he ain't got no real job.
Right.
He don't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? I thought he was young. I didn't think he was supposed to be 19. That's
I thought about when I was 19. I was like, well, I didn't even have a bike.
I was not getting busy at 19. I think, you know what? I might have just started getting busy. I lost my virginity at like 18.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah.
The kid thing was
never broke those laws.
No.
Yeah. Always was
shout out to being
grown
legal sexually
with grown people.
Yeah, I'm about that.
Yeah,
I'm about that. Not everybody can say that.
Mm-hmm.
In our community,
right? It was not a flex until recently. It just became a flex.
It did. It did. Being in entertainment and fucking adults.
Yeah.
That shit's big news.
Yeah.
No, I definitely wasn't trying to have kids at all.
No.
I definitely had. There was definitely like one or two girls that had kids like early.
That's what I thought the point of it was. I think when I was that age, is to not have kids. I was like, yo, I killed it. Nobody's pregnant. I think I did it. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, I definitely nailed it.
I think I was playing chicken. I don't even think I was really even worried about anything else. But like, oh man, you gotta have fun, but don't have kids. Don't get hit by that truck.
I definitely was like, don't have kids or AIDS. That was my two big things.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I got out without getting kids or AIDS again.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm freaking nailing this.
Yeah.
That was the two big things.
Right.
I was like, if I can get out, just a safe nut, no children, not have to take medicine.
Yeah. Was it wild at NYU? Because you're competing with the city of New York.
In terms of sex or?
Yeah.
No, it was cool, man. I mean, I did good. I can't.
I did good. Audience, stop looking at Malcolm like that. What are y'all doing? Look away from the screen for a second.
I gotta look this way. She's like in my line of sight. I gotta go this way.
Audience, stop listening like that.
You know what's funny? People complain and say different things, and I just feel like New York is a real easy place to meet people, in my opinion.
That's true.
It's just you had who was already on campus, which was dope.
Oh, it's probably got to be different if you're a New Yorker.
Yeah, because I'm just, I feel like it's probably wilder if you out of New York because you're just like, like there's just so much to see.
Right, but then also you're taking on the city as just a new experience. And I remember when I lived in New York, I feel like people were mean to NYU kids, like they had an attitude towards, because these are a bunch of people who are like, they have youth energy, but they're new to the city.
Gotcha.
And they're in a concentrated place.
Did you go to NYU?
I didn't, but when I would walk around there,
gotcha,
I could feel the people be assuming I was an NYU kid and just giving me that get out of here kid energy. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do Postmates over there.
Okay.
Because didn't have a bike. I was on the train, so hopefully some kid was just lazy, just wanted to get some Chipotle from downstairs. I'd bring it to him. You know?
Okay.
So yeah, but Postmates on foot, not fun.
That sounds horrible.
It's really dumb.
It sounds
really dumb.
absolutely horrible.
Yeah. It was not a great way to make money, but
yeah. I'm from the delivery guy era.
Okay.
A guy walking up with a bag of your stuff. We've come full circle. It feels like now we got robots, whatever. But where you really had to tip them, here you go, $3. I ain't never want to tip nobody because I was poor.
But you could do something with $3 back then. Now
you could do something. Get you some fries.
Mm-hmm.
Taco
Bell had cents.
Ooh,
cents.
I was
79, 69, 59.
When I was broke, I was broke in what was it, 05. I was selling toner over the phone. And
that's the same year that Kanye said broke.
Is he?
Yeah, with the clean version of a Gold Digger.
Oh yeah. That's where I was. I was broke. And I was like, Burger King was saving my life, my dude.
Okay.
I would have I'd have $2.78 or $3.50.
Yeah.
I'd get me a little meal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Get me a little burger, these they not quite fries, they little hash brown type looking things. Get me a little 78-cent orange juice in this little thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was feasting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was a horrible time in my life. I hated it.
Come on, man. You in Burger King, you get the bathroom code. That's important.
Bathroom code is important.
Big city, bathroom code. Yeah, I'm from a place where they just let you use the bathroom. I'm from the South, where you could just walk in, use the bathroom, and leave. It's frowned upon, but you could do it.
I was never in an area where they just let me use the bathroom.
Yeah, L.A. and New York, it's like, hey, dog, you gotta be a patron. Patron first. No, we done with promises. We done with, no, I'll buy a burger later. Just please let me, hey. Please, I got my hand on the door. Please, please.
Nah, you look like you ready to pee right now, dog. We can't let this dude in.
It'd be like trying to set off a bomb in a movie. It's like, please, I need the code right now, please.
Do you want fries? Yes, I want fries. Okay. Ketchup?
No, I can't. Don't even say that around me right now.
Don't mention no condiments, nothing, man. I promise. Throw the cash at him. Please. You ever got to make decisions while you... Well, which one do you want? Which cronut do you... I don't know. Sprinkles.
Malcolm, what's your favorite color sky?
Color what?
Sky.
My favorite color sky?
Yeah.
The classic is blue. Right?
I mean, I don't really know what Adam saw,
From the Adam and Eve?
Or Lucy, or, whoever you think was first.
Oh, okay. You went multiple... so many places.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the Bible got a little tone, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. I don't have to go biblical,
I like it. For those who were taking the same amount of time that my synapses were taken. He went from the Bible to Lucy, the earliest skeleton ever found in Africa.
Yeah, not Lucille Ball.
Yeah,
but
and again, it took me a second to realize it wasn't Lucille Ball.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna speak for all the people that were taking as much time as I was.
It was black and white. Lucille Ball was looking at the skies, but this definitely can't be.
I can't be. You mean Adam Carolla? I don't know.
Adam Carolla.
Is he talking about the Man Show?
The first man from the Man Show?
Okay.
All right. Ziggy Zaggy, oi. I guess.
You know. But wait, the Man Show, they had two different hosts, right? Because I think at one point it was Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel, but at one point it was two other guys, right?
Doug Stanhope.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which ones were first?
It was Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel first.
And then it became Doug Stanhope and Joe Rogan.
And then Jimmy Kimmel went on to do Jimmy Kimmel Live. And then Adam Carolla, there were two radio guys. Jimmy Kimmel was on Ben Stein's Money, so he was already in at Comedy Central a little bit. And then they started the Man Show. And then when Jimmy Kimmel started doing Jimmy Kimmel Live, they were like, we're going to make the Man Show, but like more manly. And we're keeping the juggies, but we're not doing the ziggy zaggy oi. And everything's going to be more man. And it was more like, man. I don't think they got the joke. I don't think they got
that there's a little bit of irony.
Kind of like, it's kind of like poking, like patriarchy with a wink.
Yeah,
and they were like, yo, all that winking, we could get some toxicity in while y'all closing that one eye, open it up. Let's get crazy. We're going to the bunny ranch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's but different. It was Doug Stanhope and
Joe
and Joe Rogan. Yeah.
I can't believe how long Jimmy Kimmel has been doing that show.
Jimmy Kimmel Live?
Yeah.
I think they are over 20 now.
20 years?
Yeah. He be getting into it with politicians now. He in a whole nother
space.
Yeah, it's like, dog,
He like, I told Trump, kiss my ass.
Right.
On TV last night in front of families.
Here's my response to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, dang, this dude official.
Yeah. He was the dude that was with the trampolines and the biddies.
Hey, we didn't get the Jimmy Kimmel Live in Atlanta until like late in the game. They might have been like 10 years in before we got him. Yeah.
Okay, I forget that's how TV works. I don't know shit about TV. I've been on TV a long time. I don't know nothing about it.
Well, I mean, late night is you dealing with like
locals,
a bunch of local affiliates.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with network, and so and the Atlanta affiliate was just like Monica Kaufman might do something at night, and she might interview somebody. So we don't need Jimmy Kimmel. We already got Letterman. We already got Leno. Y'all took Arsenio from us. We don't need this man.
Who's Monica Kaufman?
She was a local Atlanta legend.
She was hot.
She was so she moved to Atlanta in the 70s and was basically the anchor for like 25, 30 years. And so she had like a thing, Monica Kaufman close-ups that she could do whenever she felt like it. And she would just like talk to different celebrities and stuff. But yeah.
Did you have Morton Downey Jr.?
I don't know. We just had Robert. We just had We had
Morton Downey Jr. That was like our local guy. He was like before Jerry Springer.
Okay.
Before Donahue, it was Morton Downey Jr. And he would smoke.
Okay.
He would smoke and yell.
Yeah.
And he was a real person.
Okay.
And he would just be like, now who the hell are you? And he would just be smoking on TV and talking and yelling at people. I feel like he fought Al Sharpton. Like, I mean, he was just he was just wild, and he was just like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Why are you over there? What are you doing over there? It was amazing television.
Okay,
it was amazing. You couldn't get away with it. It was super weird because even Jerry Springer tries to act like he's above it all.
Right.
Like while
Jerry's
he has he has the wildest. He's uncle's been sleeping with his sister's mothers, at work. You know what I mean? And no one's got legs, but you know they're all in the army. And then he'd come in with a thought. He'd be like, you know what? Maybe if we're just a little bit kinder. He was like, oh, okay. But Morton Downey Jr. was like, I told him to shut up. He flick cigarettes in your face and go. You know, because this is back when it was the Guardian Angels. Do you know the Guardian Angels?
No. So, I know about the Hells Angels.
So the Guardian Angels was a group of New York vigilantes. Group of New York vigilantes, which I think in the programming of it all, it seemed positive at the time, but then later on, you're like, they're vigilantes. You're like, and a little racist, and just like. It was like, we're gonna clean up the town type of things, and like it was. I'm pretty sure like they were on Robert Morton Downey Jr. and just arguing whatever. But they would have like the white shirts and the red berets, and they were just like cleaning up the streets of New York. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like a big deal for a while.
They would beat people up.
No, they were like the idea. Look, I don't even remember. This is like childhood memories, so I don't know what was true anymore. But like, it was like the idea is that they were like vigilantes, and they would just patrol neighborhoods and make sure things were safe. And you know, because New York was crazy. I mean, New York was freaking nuts,
right?
In the 80s and 90s. But like the idea was like they're taking back the streets and they're patrolling, and you know, so it'd be like 4 or 5 skinny white dudes in T-shirts and red berets, and then the head of it, I can't remember his name, but he was like the mouthpiece of it all. But yeah, that was the idea. There was vigilantes cleaning up the streets. But like, but before like people started wearing like outfits and masks and things, because I don't know if you remember, I think it was in New York, it might have been somewhere else. There was a guy called who was like really dressing up in like superhero wear.
Okay.
And this was big in like, I want to say early 2000s. And there was like a couple people who were doing it. But the thing was, he was like an actual fighter. He was like an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And so like before there was MMA. And so like he would really, there's like video where like, you know, he'd be like, stop. Like he was like really trying to like be whatever. And like, you know, he'd get in an argument with a guy and he'd be like, do you want to engage in mutual combat? You're saying yes to mutual combat? Okay. Because, you know, it's legal if it's like mutual combat, you know, as opposed to assault. It's just like,
so he'd fight you, but he'd ask for consent first.
Yeah, he would. He'd ask for consent, and then he was whooping ass. But then I think he got sued, and like, because he whooped somebody's ass, and I think he had to take off his mask in court, and it was like a big deal, and I think that ended his.
That's crazy,
right? It was like
Hulk Hogan didn't have to take off his do-rag in court. And this man got to take off his mask.
He had to take off his mask.
And Hulk Hogan was like, well, this is a part of Hulk Hogan. It's like, dog, you are going to get this check as Terry Bollea. Why do you got to wear this do-rag in court? I don't know anybody else who gets to wear a do-rag in court.
He was wearing a do-rag in court. Was that for his
That's white privilege right there. Yeah,
the
Gawker thing.
For the Gawker thing, right?
Yeah.
Giving sex to somebody or something?
They leaked hhis sex tape. He said the N-word in the sex tape. It ruined his brand. Somebody got $1 billion.
Oh, I remember. Now that you're saying it, it's all coming back. That's a lot to still, for us to still like not hate Hulk Hogan or to not have him be like just a walking joke.
That just shows
after that type of exposure.
How powerful that finger wag was. That we like, you know what? We know he's racist, but he from Florida, man. He's just from
Everyone's
Florida.
A little bit. If you're from Florida,
come on.
You going Hulk? He brought us Hulkamania.
He brought us Hulkamania.
There was so many.
He told us to say our prayers and eat our vegetables. You know what I'm saying? I'm at church like, yo. Why does Hulk Hogan endorse this? Like, they don't even talk about him. They don't talk about the Hulkamaniacs or none of that here. You know what I'm saying? Why is he telling me to eat my prayers? He used to wear a cross.
He was wearing it. He was the only white dude I felt comfortable hearing say brother all the time.
Come on, brother.
All the time. I was like, I think he says it to everyone. It's okay.
Yeah. I hate that. I feel like that's a microaggression when a white person calls me brother exclusively.
When it's exclusive, it feels awkward. I felt like Hulk was saying it to everybody, so it felt less. But when you know they only saying brother to you, you're like, hey, man, you can just use regular white words.
Right. Just address me like you address everyone else.
If you want to say tickle your fancy, go ahead and say it around me, man. You ain't got to switch it up for me. You know. Say what you want. Be you.
Are you a big wrestling guy?
Not no more. When I was a kid,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was, Junkyard Dog and Razor Ramon and all of that. Like,
Okay.
That was my era. Or the last time I was like really, really into it, like had the toys, like
Gotcha.
rubber toys was the ring. It was bouncing them on the ring and doing this, making them fight and fuck.
Wait, what?
I gotta get you a Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
Fuck, I'll make them fuck too. I don't care. I'm gay. Just get that clip.
That's the clip.
Got a lot of you.
I feel like
I love watching this.
That wasn't in the commercial. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't. But they do got on underwear.
They're just in underwear going
they
like
got
this.
on underwear. Yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah.
I remember my first wet dream. I hadn't seen vagina before.
Mm-hmm.
So in the wet dream, this is the dream. I think had seen Three's Company.
Okay.
So Larry was in there. If you guys remember Three's Company, I think his name was Larry. He was the guy who was like, he was almost like a giggity, like that kind of guy.
Quagmire?
Yeah. He was like that, but like live version TV. So I think in my dream, he was there, and I'm having sex with a woman, but I don't know what vagina looks like. So in my dream, it's just like a dark space around that area. I can't quite see it, but I'm like, I get the gist of it. So that was my first wet dream, guys.
Didn't ask. Didn't ask
at all.
But we got there. I don't think I ever had one.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought everybody does.
Nah, I think I didn't have a wet dream.
You sure you just?
I was also
remember?
like a late bloomer.
Oh.
So I was like, like when it was time, I was like, all right, cool. Like now, I've been waiting on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was no like in the sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you might be the first person I know that was like, I never had a wet dream.
I mean, I lied about it at school. I was like, yeah, shoot, I know how it is. It'd be crazy. It'd be sticky. Like, yeah. But like I was just assuming. I was just going off what other kids said. I was taking their stories and like making them, like combining them, and then making my story. Yeah.
The worst is when you have to make up a thing like when you have to talk about sex before you've had sex.
Oh yeah,
It's though I remember one time somebody was like, "So what's your fantasy?" I was like, "Oh, I'm in the bath and she's there, and it's just all of it's there, man. Just it's floating, bubbles."
Yeah.
I didn't know what to say. I don't know anything about sex.
I saw the dream sequence in American Beauty, and I was like, "Well, I'm definitely using that. Definitely rose petals coming from the ceiling for sure.
Like,
that's gonna sound cool."
He's like, "You have a fucking bitch, and the rose petals is coming down, right? You know the rose petals is heavy. You start fucking a bitch. You know how I do."
Brady Bunch, they saw fireworks. Yeah, now you close your eyes, boom, fireworks everywhere. It's crazy. 4th of July.
All I saw was trains. A lot of trains through tunnels. You know how it is. When you fucking. All the trains that be around go through tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other car. They'd be a railroad whistle. Preep, preep. You know how it is when you fucking railroad whistles. What is with these turntables? Are you a DJ?
I'm not a DJ. I just like play music sometimes. If a song comes up, then I might, play a song or whatever. But yeah, it's
kind of a cool setup. You even got the little labels on there.
Yeah. They did that, and then I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
Well, that's how you remember the place when you mix it.
Right, with vinyl, but it's just like a doohickey. I don't think I need it, but because it's not like it spins. It's not like when I'm playing something, it's spinning.
It's not spinning at all.
It's in one spot, so I think it's just cute.
I think it's just cute too. I don't think you need that at all.
Oh, look, you got the little tape. You got a little DJ tape.
You used to do that?
Yeah.
Wow. There's a word for that when you use a symbol that doesn't mean anything anymore. Like you know how you have iconography on your laptop,
Right.
It'll be like an image, and it might be like a phone, but it looks like a phone that doesn't exist anymore, or like things like that. It's like all these like things that are callbacks to things that we don't use.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a word for it. I can't remember it, so that fact is useless to you.
Hey, we not looking anything up here. That's the one rule. We don't look anything up. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
okay. It's called nominals. It's sort of nominals are whenever you use an iconography that doesn't exist more.
Is that really the name?
No, not at all. I mean, you can look it up.
We can't.
So then I guess it's the name. Then.
I do like that people still use this. Like Definitely. I saw Lotto, like
this, call me,
do the like call hang up gesture, and I was like, yeah, somebody taught her that. But yeah, dog, like this.
Somebody had to teach. I watched some video where it was somebody had listening to Mr. Telephone Man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And this little girl is like, "There's something wrong with my line. When I dial my baby's number, I get a click every time." Because there's like no clicking.
Yeah, so like, anymore. What's clicking?
Yeah, what's that? What's she doing?
Yeah,
she's like not hanging up. She's like pulling it out, or like she's like, oh, that's why.
And then it's like, oh, so he calling the telephone company because he's like, I know my girl wouldn't hang up on me, and he getting hung. Oh man, that's crazy. Poor Ralph.
That was her face. Then you have to call the phone company. Hey, sir. Hey, something's going on. It's the same number. I know the number ain't changed.
Okay, so I'm talking to you. Okay, so I can clearly call somebody. But when I call this particular number, I don't hear nothing. I just hear a click.
What are y'all now? Are y'all doing something at the station with your buttons or something? Is this the only complaint?
Come on, I had manners. I said, hello, can you help me, please?
Something wrong with my line. Remember crank calls? Mm-hmm. Did you used to crank call?
Oh, I used to prank call. The best was when I was in college. Everybody still had a landline phone in the dorm, and like you weren't getting a caller ID for your dorm phone.
No.
So yeah, if you knew someone, if you knew someone's name, you could look them up on the website. And their dorm number would come up. And so I would just call people's dorm numbers, pretend I was the police. I had people like throwing liquor out the window and all kind of stuff.
Hilarious.
Like, yo, the police coming. We got to get it. Yeah, like. And I would call the front desk at every dorm or whatnot. And just like, people, if I knew somebody I knew or somebody I liked had an overnight shift and they needed to stay awake.
Yeah.
I would call and just say, just crazy stuff, pretend like I was an old man, like, oh, my daughter's in the dorm somewhere. I don't know what room, you know what I'm saying? Just all kind of stuff, yeah.
When I was like 7, it wasn't that elaborate. I would just call somebody and I'd just be like, I'll kill you. Did he hang up?
That's crazy. Because one of the people you called was Jeff Dunham. And he was like, I got to make a puppet. Hold on, man. I kill you. I can use that. Hey, man.
Jeff Dunham being inspired by crank calls.
From a 7-year-old.
Threats to his life. What are you going to do? You just call him. And then you hang up.
That's scary.
I know.
That is scary.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's really messed up. I was 7, man. What else am I doing? You know what I mean?
Right.
I got a lot of time on my hands.
Come on.
And there's no such thing as caller ID at the time.
Crank calling a random person way cheaper than, calling DJ Jazzy Jeff or somebody. You know what I'm saying? The 1-900.
Oh, remember that? 900 numbers?
Yeah.
Yo, 900 numbers had a chokehold on the world. Because the 900 numbers were great. Because there was sex 900 numbers, or it'd just be a random number like that where it'd be like, hey, talk to Jazzy Jeff. He'll tell you how to spin. And you just get a pre-recorded of him going like,
what's up, kid?
that was it. You just call these numbers. It costs like $9 per minute.
Right. And they put you on hold.
So they put you on hold for a lot of it.
Yeah.
I called a sex line one time when I was a teenager. I remember that now. It's very funny because it is. They'll put you on hold, and then you just talk. They're like, "Hey," and I ain't have nothing sexy to say, because I'm a teenager. So I'm just like, "How's it going?" They're like, "It's good." Like, it's not girl sex at all. It's just like, and they're fine. They're not like, I need to talk about sex. They're like, as long as you on the line, that's all they need. You know what I mean? So
there's a comic, and he calls sex hotlines from stage. That's his like closer.
Yeah.
But also, it's like, man, that's so expensive.
It's a very expensive
this
closer.
mic. It's so expensive. We not paying you at this show.
You're only making $8 tonight, so this is all going to that 900 number.
Yeah.
That's the thing I learned doing comedy. By the way, is it's horrible pay.
It's horrible pay until it's not.
Until it's not. When you're starting, it's a lot of. I got a check for $10, and I almost beat the dude in the face. I was like, I'm 40 something, man. Don't ever give me a check for $10. Just give me $10 or spit at me, but don't fucking give me a check for. I gotta file. Made me sign a form. I had to sign a form.
Right. Yeah.
For tax purposes. I was writing my. I thought he was joking. I was like, "This is a great joke. Give me 10 actual dollars."
It's nuts.
Give me 9, and I won't sign anything. Just give me $9. I won't sign anything.
Nothing on the menu's $10.
I can't eat here.
$10 left and right, but yeah,
it's horrible.
Malcolm, anything you want to tell the people? Anything you want to promote?
When does this air?
Maybe like 2 weeks.
Okay. No. Wait. Oh, I'm on a show called Average Joe.
Come on.
That's we got season 2 coming.
Hey.
And then I think we're airing on Net. We started on BET Plus and BET Proper, and I think now we're on Netflix. Or we're about to be on Netflix.
Fire.
Yeah. Or we might be on Netflix while you're listening to this. I think August or something like that. I'm in other stuff. Cole. Yeah, Deion Cole's in it. Cynthia K. McWilliams, Michael Trucco. A lot of talented people. Rob Cullen. Freaking a lot of dope folks on there. Tammy Townsend's amazing. But yeah, now it's what is it? I guess I'm on some other shows maybe. I feel like I'm on TV. The Boys. I'm on The Boys. I think I'm on that. I just be chilling, man. I don't know. I don't believe it.
You not chilling. You working. You know what I'm saying?
I'm doing stand-up all the time. I never know where until I'm there. So that's what that is.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I'll be rhyming too.
Mm-hmm.
My band, we're gonna do some music called Verbal and Icarus. I'm just
gonna
talk about this is a real thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to be a battle rapper.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was my thing for a while in New York.
You like was when you were battle rapping, was it to a beat or was it like it
that's
is
how old
now?
I am.
Like,
it was it was to a beat. Like you have to come up with the shit over the beat.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And ciphers too. I was on the block doing ciphers and shit like that.
Now battle rap is like spoken word. That is like mean prepared spoken word.
It's very mean prepared spoken word. I feel like I
talked to your doctor today. He's not supposed to devolve medical records, but he too disrespects you.
He told me everything. He don't care about HIPAA. It's very. I feel like I do well because I'm like, y'all prepare all of this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know how you choke. Just start talking.
Right. Now it's just about practice.
Like, if you choke, just start talking. There's no beat. You ain't got to wait for nothing to hit like that. You
right.
You know what I mean? Just hurt. All right, I got this.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but,
I enjoy it, but I don't know when a new rap battle or a new boxing match is happening until afterwards. No one tells me. And then it's like, I can afford to watch these things, but I have no idea how to access them.
I'm a heavy battle rap. I'm always watching battle raps.
Yeah.
I'm watching on illegal sites.
Yeah.
I was at.
Please share with me.
I went to a smack.
I would love to know when. I would love to be up to date.
I got you.
Whenever I'm watching one, it's like, man, that was months ago. And then Trump was like Kafifi, and I'm like, dog, that's so old.
This is a long time ago.
What is happening?
I'm always standing like the towers. I think this is an old battle.
It's an old battle, man.
That's my favorite joke today.
I got the flow to make people walking down the street like Pokemon Go, and it's like, dog, that's old.
Recent.
Leave you spinning like a fidget. Dog, this. Heck yeah, this has been the Inconsistent Podcast with Rob Haze.
Yeah, it has. Is that the end of it?
Yeah.
Oh, does it end with music like this?
Well, I played Down My Heart by the Boys because you was prank calling and you on the Boys.
Look at you.
And I was like, ooh.
That's a bar, whatever you just said. Your whole mechanism.
Mm-hmm,
I like it.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, man. For sure.